Sydney Harbour National Park is sat within one of the most significant tidal estuaries in the world, Sydney Harbour. Since 1975, it has been a safe haven for the habitat and the land that it surrounds. Over the course of hundreds of millions of years, this harbour has been moulded by inland rivers and mountain upheavals, though over the past 100 years, moulded by man. The removal of sought-after sandstone, push for Sydney Harbour views, all coupled with incessant pollution, have hastened erosion through shoreline modifications. Today, the original shoreline only makes up 50% of its former glory, but fortunately we still have the stronghold of Sydney Harbour National Park to give us excellent visions of the past. Standing in the centre of Darling Harbour right now, it's hard to believe that a national park lies within a stone's throw from the CBD of Sydney. Behind me is one of its 4 protected islands, Goat Island. To the north behind these skyscrapers we have mammoth sandstone headlands north and south head, all coupled with volcanic dikes, undisturbed heathlands and protected national parks. They all harken us back to the days of old.
There was multiple geological processes involved in the creating of the Cronulla sand dunes. The dunes are formed when the sea reached its current level and began to stabilise. Before the dunes existed, multiple rivers such as the Georges River and Tower River flowed towards the ocean at Bait Bay, beneath the current dune complex. The rivers eventually became blocked by the growing amounts of sand and sediment while the sea level was rising. As this happened, the rivers changed directions to flow into the sea at La Perouse instead of Bait Bay. This formed a tombolo which connected Kurnell and Cronulla as mainland, resulting in what is now the Cronulla sand dunes. Although more protected now, the dunes have suffered significant human damage, causing it to lose excessive amounts of vegetation and area. This has resulted in weathering becoming the main process occurring in the dunes.
Welcome to Cronulla Beach, one of the most popular places for aquatic sports and school activities. This place is constantly undergoing change, and with the removal of plants along the coast, there was nothing left to anchor sand from being washed away. Along with weathering events and the East Australian current, this caused a recline of sand abundance on the beach. This decreased tourism, intrinsic values, and also affected the loss of sand further inland on the dunes. Thanks to the council and the help of locals, the remediation processes and conservation management prevented any further loss of sand. Every 4 years, human-induced maintenance helped relocate sand from Port Hacking to North Cronulla. In addition, by adding fences around vegetation segments, this allowed plants to re-establish. This isolation strategy allowed plants for regeneration and allowed natural change to occur. Plants such as creepers, a primary producer, are now able to put down a foothold, allowing other plants to grow onto the harsh environment. This process slowly allows vegetation to crawl over the sand, lowering the chance of inland recession of the dunes during a large storm or weathering event. Another form of management are the hexagon concrete pieces. These placed as a wave breaker to stop large destructive waves and an attempt to reduce accretion cycles. This strategy not only stopped property from being damaged, it also prevented inland recession of the coastal dunes. By continuing to take care of our local environment, we can conserve this place for future generations to come. Thank you.
From our very own dunes at Cronulla to the beaches of Coogee and the entire Sydney National Park, human influence is shaping our landscape and impeding on natural geological processes, and it seems to have no bounds. Now, as a part of a global effort to manage the needs of a growing industrialised society, we are moving towards the Big Blue, extracting minerals from the seabed in the forms of hydrothermal sulfides, polymetallic nodules and metallic crusts has been a discussion point on a global scale. Removing these natural formations formed via a complex synthesis of precipitates from magma over millions of years. The scale of disturbance to the ocean is unforeseen, with extremely few operations taking place in the past few decades. Experts are predicting sediment plumes and toxic contamination of the water column accompanied by induced seismic activity. This is of paramount importance towards protecting our most valuable and mysterious universal resource and ecosystem.